Ladies, I am here tonight. I am filming the video like this tonight because my microphone is messed up and I don't feel like fixing it. It's super late at night. I'll fix it again tomorrow. So I'm just going to film on my telephone. I'm going to tell you my NFL's top 12 teams. I'm going to do it like this. I'm not going to mess around with the microphone. It's too late. Anyways, number one, Baltimore. They got Lamar Jackson. They got a defense with Marcus Peters, Errol Thomas. Now there's a question about Mark Ingram's leg injury, but he's going to have 3 weeks to heal. They're not going to have to play again until the divisional round, which is not until like January 11, January 12, whenever the hell they play. I like Lamar Jackson's going to be fresh. Mark Ingram should be ready to go. Defense is going to be well rested. Baltimore, the number one team in the NFL. Number two, the Saints. I think even though they were really good in 2018, 2017, I think this is the best Saints team. As Drew Brees looks fresh, it seems like it was a blessing in disguise for the finger injury. He missed 5 weeks. He seems fresher. I think this is probably the best defense they had in all these 3 years. I think this team, even though they don't get a bye week, they got the 3 seed. I think this might be the best team they had in the last 3 years. Give me the Saints. Number two. Number three, give me San Francisco. I'm a little bit worried about San Francisco's defense. I really am. Especially the last month, whether it's injuries or they're a little bit tired. You know, they're going to get these next 2 weeks to rest and get healthy again. But I mean, they got a bunch of options, man. They got George Kittle, Deebo Samuels, Emmanuel Sanders, Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman, Raheem Mostert. They have just so many weapons offensively. Kyle Shanahan is a genius when it comes to creating plays and everything. Give me San Francisco. Number three. Number four, Kansas City. I'm a little bit worried about their defense and Andy Reid. Usually in the playoffs, he struggles making decisions when certain situations, run the football, clock managing, but and I'm also worried about their defense. The defense has been playing a little bit better this last month, but I'm worried about Andy Reid's decision making, and I'm worried about their defense. Those are the two things I'm worried about. But I love me some Patrick Mahomes. Number five, New England. Where the hell are they going to get their offense for? Now they're saying Julian Edelman is hurt. He's not going to be 100% for the rest of the season. No Rob Gronkowski. Mohamed Sanu does not seem to fit in the system. He just does not seem to fit in the system. Just like Chad Johnson and Reggie Wayne did not fit in the system. Mohamed Sanu does not seem to fit in. They're going to have to run the football with James White and Sony Michel, and they're going to have to play some defense. They're going to have to play some old school football, run the football, play defense, because they just don't have any receivers. Emmanuel Sanders, I beg your pardon. Mohamed Sanu does not seem to fit in the system. Ben Watson, I mean, come on now. And then Julian Edelman does not seem to be 100%, so they're going to have to run the football and play defense. Number six, Houston. I love their offense. Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller, Carlos Hyde, Duke Johnson. My problem is their defense, especially their secondary. They're getting J.J. Watt back, but I'm not too high on their secondary. Their defense, to me, is not that great, especially their back in the secondary. And Bill O'Brien, same thing as Andy Reid. Although Andy Reid's a better coach, same thing. I'm a little bit worried when it comes to Bill O'Brien decision makings and clock managing. Same situation. I'm even more worried about Bill O'Brien than I am about Andy Reid. But yeah, I believe offensively they can play with anybody. Defensively is the question. And can Bill O'Brien, can he coach? Can he coach in the playoffs when you're facing legit the best coaches in the world, especially guys like Bill Belichick and Andy Reid? Number seven, Seattle. I think they depend too much on Russell Wilson, but at the same time, they do have some weapons. DK Metcalf, Marshawn Lynch is back. I think he's going to be better this week. He's getting more conditioning. Tyler Lockett. I think they have enough weapons to at least win one game in the playoffs. We'll see what happens. I don't like their defense. It's Bobby Wagner and a bunch of average players. We'll see if Pete Carroll can get a scheme up here for the playoffs, because that defense was not very impressive in the season. So let's see if they can figure out the defense. But I do think even though if they struggle defensively, I think they have enough weapons offensively where Russell Wilson can win at least one game in the playoffs. Number 8, Buffalo. They run with Devin Singletary and Frank Gore, run the football, play defense. Josh Allen, just don't make the mistake. Just Just don't throw an interception. Either throw it away or, hand it off to the running backs. They're well coached. This is what you want in the playoffs. Run the football, play defense. This is what Buffalo has been doing all year long. So if they got to go in the cold weather, they'll be fine because their style is all about running and playing defense. Number 9, Tennessee, once again, run the football, play defense. Derrick Henry, play defense. Now they've been a lot better ever since they put in Ryan Tannehill into the starting lineup. And they're facing New England. They beat New England last year with Marcus Mariota. And New England was better. They had Julian Edelman was healthy. Rob Gronkowski was on the team, and they beat them. So a lot of people believe that if they beat them last year, where New England had Rob Gronkowski and a healthy Julian Edelman, and Tennessee had Marcus Mariota, where now they have Ryan Tannehill, where people believe Ryan Tannehill's better, and the numbers say he's better, why the hell are they going to beat him again? We'll see what happens. I'm going to go with New England most likely, but a lot of people do believe Tennessee can win the game, and I understand why. I just said why, because of last year. Number 10. I'm not high on this team at all. Green Bay. I am not high at all. I think they're the most overrated team. I'm not big. I'm not too high on Matt LaFleur. I think he lacks decision makings. Aaron Rodgers. He had a very average year. I thought he was gonna have an MVP year, and he had an average year. I don't know if he does not fit into Matt LaFleur system. Matt I don't know. He made that comment about, he said he's on the 17th hole when it comes to golfing. So does he want to retire soon? Does he feel washed up, or has he lost interest in playing football? Or what's the situation? Is Matt LaFleur was ranked 29th offense when he was the Tennessee offensive coordinator. So does Matt LaFleur suck ass? Does Aaron Rodgers, is he starting to fall off a cliff? Or does Aaron Rodgers do not fit in the Matt LaFleur system? Something is up here, but their two best options are, they're not as bad as Philadelphia, but they're pretty close to Philadelphia when it comes to not having a lot of weapons. It's either hand it off to Aaron Jones, or pass it to Davante Adams. That is all they have. They don't have too many weapons offensively, and maybe that's part of the problem too. That could be part of the problem too, that they just simply don't have enough weapons. Number 11, Minnesota, talented team. Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Kyle Rudolph, Cooks, the running back. The defense pretty good too. Problem is Kirk Cousins. We all know Kirk Cousins cannot win big games, especially on the road. I don't have to give too many explanation here, right? Very talented team, but Kirk Cousins is the quarterback. We know how far, we know that where that's going, right? An L, especially over in New Orleans. Number 12, Philadelphia. They got a good defense, especially the front seven. Carson Wentz, I think, he's done a good job winning with these average wide receivers. But out of all the 12 teams, they have the least talent. If somehow they're able to win versus the Seattle Seahawks, they are getting run out of the field the next week by San Francisco. I am telling you right now, whatever is left on the tank will be emptied out this weekend, whatever is left. And if it's enough to survive versus Seattle at home, they will fly to San Francisco and take the ass whooping of a lifetime. Because this is a team that is running very, very, very short on gas. I don't know how much is left, but whatever is left, whether it's a lose or a win, will be emptied out. And if they have to play one more time in San Francisco the following week, they are in for an ass whooping. We'll see what happens, but yeah, out of all the teams, especially offensively, they don't have too much talent. Now, I think they're saying that there's possibilities that guys like Zach Ertz, Deshaun Jackson, and Jordan Howard could play in the playoffs at some time. I don't know. At this point, could they? I don't know. At this point, they might even mess the chemistry up, especially Deshaun Jackson and Jordan Howard. They've been out for so long. At this point, do you just rather play with these young kids? I don't know. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, those are my 12 top teams. Let me know what you think. Hopefully we fix the damn microphone tomorrow. And until next time, I'm out like a light.